And we are live. And
Hello,
hello, everyone,
everyone.
and welcome to the command center, and welcome to Clark's Cove Detecting
How is
and the happy
everyone
hour.
doing?
Hope everyone's doing good this evening.
Yes. Thank you all for coming. Underground Buddha, Brewers.
Park Rat Pat, Whistle
Yes.
Pig.
Whistle Pig. We seen Goat in there
Yep,
earlier.
we seen Jeff in.
Um,
Time to start coming in, and the ones that's already in, we will be doing a giveaway tonight. So
yep.
go ahead and start hashtagging BTH.
And we all know what BTH stands for, Brooklyn,
Brooklyn
Treasure
Treasure
Hunter.
Hunter. And we're going to jump right in and go ahead and bring our co-host up tonight.
Yep.
And that's Miss Rachel.
Everyone say
Hey
hello.
guys.
Jersey Ray
Rachel.
Diggs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And we're going to go ahead and bring our guest up, and everyone give Anthony a big Cover welcome.
Up, everybody.
The house.
Yes. How's everyone doing this evening?
Pretty good. I
Doing
guess you're
good.
talking to us.
Yeah. Hey, Susie Q, welcome.
Hey, Susie Q.
Alley Cat, Dan Burrows.
Yes, Dan.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey,
Welcome.
cool,
Just
just
be
came
cool. Welcome.
Yes.
The other side of the boat. Everyone's starting to come in. We have Brooklyn in the house with us tonight, Anthony, and got Rachel as co-hosting for us tonight in case we
Drop off.
go bye-bye. Our string breaks.
Yeah.
You all know how it goes here.
I don't want to jinx anything.
But it's been good today.
It's been doing good what time we've been on today and yesterday. So, yeah. So let's keep those digits twisted.
Yep. Like I said, we're doing a giveaway tonight. Everyone hashtag BTH.
Yep. I
And,
think Anthony has something he's going to throw in the pot.
Hey, Deej.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Each.
actually add a 64 Rosie and a 63 Washington quarter.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you, Anthony.
Of course, we'll be throwing in one. We're going to be giving away one of the new 2022 uncirculated Maya Angelou quarters and a little sticker pack and some buttons, poker chip, and a few other little things. You know, we'll always throw things in there, and I ain't going to tell everything that'll be in it. So that way, when you get it, it will be a surprise. So,
Well, I'll throw in a little something too. Sticker.
Right.
Okay.
I know World War II ration coin.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So there you go. That's what I'll put in for tonight.
Thank you so much. There's Dawn Relic Reaper. How are you doing, Dawn? Jim Steele, thank you
Jim
for coming.
Steele. I see old Danny Boy just a digging.
Yes.
Welcome, Dan. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Metal Detecting Brooklyn.
We're just hanging out with
Hey,
Rachel and Anthony and
Cynthia Swearingen.
going to have a good time. I see Jason, the Dark Knight Detectorist. Welcome from the UK. Oh,
Yes.
my goodness.
And Adventures
Cynthia.
with Goat. I see
Welcome,
him back.
Cynthia. Yes.
He and I think it was Tom Kingery were the first two in here this evening. In fact, Tom, I think he was in there like 22 hours ago.
Yes, that's pretty cool. Definitely. Yeah. So, Anthony, we're going to just jump right in, and I'm going to start off by, a lot of people might not be familiar with your channel. So, when did you actually get started metal detecting?
I started metal detecting June of 2020.
Okay.
It was I had seen metal detecting before on TV, on cable. I watched KG and Ringy on their show, but it wasn't like something that like I was like, oh my god, I gotta try that. Or I enjoyed watching it, enjoyed watching their finds. And then during the pandemic, I was basically watching YouTube, got bored with the stuff that I was looking at, and I saw a video for, I think it was Robert Ferguson or one of the beach metal detectorists. And I watched it, and it was pretty cool how they were finding all the jewelry on the beach. And so I started looking into a few more videos, found a few people in New York who were doing it, and pretty much I was hooked from there. The more I watched the videos, the more I wanted to try it. And everybody was so welcoming in the community. I started watching a whole bunch of different channels and asking questions in the live streams, like, what should I get? I want to try and buy a metal detector, and everybody was really great with that, which really it just adds to, wanting to be part of the whole treasure family.
Right. Speaking of metal detectors, what do you swing, Anthony?
I have a Knox 600.
What did you start out with?
A Knox 600.
Oh, you went straight,
Yeah.
straight for the gusto.
I was looking into getting the Simplex because I didn't want to spend more than like, $500. Told my wife, she could hear me, but I was like, I'm not going to spend more than $500 on everything, the scoop, shovel, and everything. Well, anyway, $1,000 later, I was like, only 500, but
Yeah, definitely. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
We started with the 200, and then the AT Pro, and then the Apex, and
Yeah.
probably will end up getting something else eventually when something comes out that I'll want.
Now
Now I'm pretty satisfied.
I'm happy with what I'm using with the AT
Hey, Frederick.
Pro. I
Hey, Nightbird.
myself don't really even think about using anything else. I mean, I don't even fathom the idea.
Everyone new coming into the chat, hashtag BTH. Get in on this.
Yeah, we'll give
giveaway
it some
tonight.
time so everyone has time. Hey, Mary.
Yep. So if you're just tuning
Bill,
in,
thanks for joining
Yep.
us.
Yep. Get in on it. I don't know how many we've already got. Oh yeah, we're getting a few
Yeah.
compiled already. So yep. Be sure to hashtag BTH.
See you, Deej. Chicken is done. Have a good night. Yes.
We had
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out
mothers
there.
right.
Yes.
just about to forget that. Hey Richie, welcome.
Robert and our
ahead.
mothers are gone, so we don't do a whole lot for that. So
Now, what pinpointer you use, Anthony?
I started out with a Profind
Yeah.
that actually came with the Equinox when I had purchased it, and then I had ended up getting a Garrett Carrot.
It's pretty much everyone's go-to pinpointer is seems to be the Garrett Carrot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most popular one.
thank you, Allie
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah. Where's who's some of the channels that you get to hunt with there in New York?
I've hunted with Metal Detecting Brooklyn, Frederick Romano. Those are the two main guys that I hunt with a lot. I've hunted with Dog Star Blazer, Pack Rat NYC Metal Detecting. His name is Fernando. Merrill Metal Detecting NYC.
You actually got to hunt with Merrill?
Yeah,
Okay.
a couple of times.
That's cool. What about Lou Tones?
He's the one scavenger I still haven't hunted with. And we've talked about it. He was supposed to meet me and Fred one time at Prospect Park, but he ended up getting called in for something at work. I know he works for the power company for Con Ed.
What's some of your best finds?
Wow. One of my favorite finds is actually an 1890 fish scale, which I found, which a 5-cent Canadian 5-cent piece, which when I found it, I had no idea what the heck it was. It's actually smaller than a dime. And I couldn't even read what it was saying until I got home. And when somebody was telling me, "Oh, you found a nice fish scale," I had no idea what they were talking about. And and then they were like, "No, that's what it's called." And they go, "It's not an easy thing to find." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But I said, "It's really small." And they're like, "Yeah." And they go, "It's not 925. It's actually full sterling silver." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So that's one of my favorite finds that I've found.
That's cool.
But when it comes down to it, my favorite finds are the family, the friends that I've made.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I know it sounds corny, but that's
no.
what a lot of people say it, but that's what it is. I really enjoy coming into the chats and into the streams and watching the videos and just befriending all the people that I've met as well as talked to online.
Yeah, we have met a lot of a really lot of nice people, and it is really a great community. I mean,
I
it
think
is.
Park Rat Metal Detecting has a question here.
Yes, I see that. If it wasn't for Park Rat Pat, I don't know what I'd be doing. um,
Hey, Mark.
Actually, one of the first people that really got me hooked on this was actually Merrill, watching his videos. And it's just because I really wasn't watching anybody else other than him at the time. But watching him find all the stuff at the beach, at the park, really got me hooked.
Yeah. Now you've been going up to Dead Horse Bay or Beat whatever and hunting.
Dead Horse Bay, yeah.
Dead Horse
It was
Bay.
actually, I went there for the first time with Rich, Metal Detecting Brooklyn. I had I knew I had an idea of where it was, but I had never been there before, so I had no idea where to park or anything like that. It's kind of like an odd area, and Rich was like, "Oh, I've been there before," so we scheduled the day and we went there, and it was such an awesome spot to hunt. I mean, you can't metal detect there because there's so much metal and trash all over the place. It used to be a dump. It actually also used to be an old glue factory, hence the name Dead Horse Bay, because they used to
Okay.
bring horses and it the dump as the water comes in, it erodes this huge wall that goes along the whole beach area, and bottles just fall out. I mean, while you're walking, there's stuff all over the sand. And if you at low tide, all you see is bottles all over the beach and in the wall.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've watched some of the videos from when they'll hunt and walk through there, and I'm like, oh my god, I'd love to, I'd love to go
It's
up
a
there and
really
walk
cool
that
spot.
beach.
Really cool spot. They closed it, I think, a year or two ago because there was like some like these discs or something like that that supposed to be radioactive.
Yeah,
I know they cleaned a lot of the stuff out, but there might be some stuff there. And when you go there, there's still a sign that says it's closed, and you're not supposed to go in. But it's just like an open field, like into the woods. There's two poles and a chain hanging about a foot off the ground. And you can walk around the poles or walk right over the chain and just walk right in. So, I mean, and there's always tons of people there
yeah.
walking around.
Well, now that leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
I mean, in the area that you hunt, have you ever had any problems with people
Yeah,
bothering you, verbal abuse, or
physically,
No,
anything.
threatened?
one time I was hunting with my friend. He has a channel, but he hasn't been putting up videos that much. It's Weeby from Brooklyn. And it's my friend Spike. And we were actually at Prospect Park one time, and there was a bunch of young guys that were playing soccer. And they thought that because there were some holes in the ground. Now, if you go to Prospect Park early in the morning, every field in Prospect Park is filled with dogs off the leash. By 9 o'clock, they have to be back on their leash.
Oh,
So they dig, and you can see all the holes. And a lot of times, people will be like, "Oh, you did that." And we're like, "No, it's the dogs." And they give you a look, but you try to be nice. I always try to explain to them, "Well, this is how we do it. There's an etiquette to what we do. You have to have a permit. This is how we dig a plug. This is how we put it back." And I said, granted, not every time you're going to have a perfect plug to put back into the hole, and you're going to have some, messy ones sometimes. But I always tend to try to make the hole flat and have all the dirt around it so that the grass could still catch the water and so forth.
Mhm.
But they tend to think that, the holes that are left by the dogs are the ones that we're leaving. But you don't get it that much. Every now and then you'll get a person, and you'll get the nasty people sometimes that'll be like, "Oh, you're destroying the park."
Wow.
In the beginning, the Brooklyn and me, I didn't really, not to say I wasn't nice, but in the beginning I'd be like, "Yes, I have a permit to destroy the park." And I'd just walk away and I'd just keep on doing what I was doing. But now I try to, be a good representative to the hobby.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
you go.
we when we first started, we had a run in one time, and yeah, I got a little mouthy back, and probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
It happens. Now I've learned just be polite. Yes, sorry. I'll move on. Whatever.
No
Right.
matter how they approach you, and this individual, I'm going to call him a gentleman to be nice.
But he come out
He come out,
basically already screaming.
yeah, with an attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we're destroying. I said, I ain't destroying. I said, I'm cleaning up, if anything.
Right. And I usually try to explain to people also, I said, all the junk that we find, and I showed, like, I pulled like bottle caps and stuff. All this was in the ground or on top of the ground. I said, I'm taking it out to the garbage now when I'm leaving.
Right.
Right.
And a lot of times people start seeing after they see how you fill the hole back up, how you're taking the garbage and everything, they tend to, change their tune a little bit. Some of them will even turn around and go, how much does a detector cost? Where do you go to, what are the websites I could get one at? Or especially when you show them, oh, look, I found this old silver coin. And they're like, oh, so how much are those things? Where can I get one?
Right. Exactly.
I love it. We've had people, we be hunting in a park, and I love it. They'll walk by and go, oh, have y'all found anything good? A little bit here. Well, I have one at home, and I found all the gold out of here already. So,
Yeah.
have them tell me I found all the gold out of here. You won't find nothing.
Yeah.
Well, living over here, I'm sure Anthony probably hears it occasionally too, because we live in a area where there was a lot of pirate activity. I'm sure they asked you if you found the pirate's treasure yet.
Yeah. Have you found the booty yet?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I have.
What would you say is your most unusual find you've found so far?
Oh, wow. The weirdest thing I think I ever dug up was actually a bag of dog poop at the beach. And I thank God I didn't like break it, but
Oh gosh.
there was a chunk of iron beneath it. But I was digging. There's a little beach that I go to. I call Clad Beach, and it's basically one of those spots that it's good for clad, and that's all you're gonna find there. And I was digging and digging, and I was like, I'm going. My friend was there with me, and he's like, "You digging to China?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's deep." And all of a sudden, I'm like, "There's a bag here," and I had remembered the person who told me about that spot had actually dug up one time a bag full of guns and badges, and he called the cops, and they came, and there was a whole big thing with that. But I said, "Look, there's a bag," and as I'm getting to it and I'm digging around it, as I picked it up, it was big poop. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, there's no treasure here.
What a crappy experience.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally talk about finding crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. I've never dug up nothing like that.
Not yet. We
Not
haven't.
yet. Knock wood.
But I've heard people say that to play tricks on people, if you need to sit and do your business anywhere, just drop you a quarter in the hole and then cover it back up for a detectorist to come by later and find it. Have you ever heard anybody doing such a thing?
Never heard of anybody doing it.
Must be a West Virginia thing.
Well,
Swampy says he dug up a dirty diaper on the beach one time. Ooh.
oh golly.
No, I've actually dug in it's one of our first videos way back, and I was doing a gravel parking lot, and I got a really good signal there, and of course there's a big pile where someone had dumped their chew right where I had to dig. So, yep. Sometimes you have to dig like that.
That is a West Virginia
That's
thing,
West-
definitely.
yeah.
You see that everywhere. My
The
God.
tobacco chew.
Yes.
Where they'll dump
Or
their
dump their
spit. It was
cup.
where they dump their
Oh.
spit cup out. And
Yeah.
of course the signal is right under it.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and dug it. I wasn't gonna leave it.
It was a good signal.
So yeah.
Now, where primarily, Anthony, do you like to hunt? Do you like parks, beach, woods?
I started out really liking beaches more than anything, but I'd rather hunt the parks. I really like just the whole. And on the beaches were nice because you could find jewelry, rings, things like that.
Right.
But the parks is where you find a lot of the old coins, the little relics, and things like that. I've kind of like changed more into that point of those kind of items that I'd like to find more than anything.
Now, have you how do I want to put this? Door knocking. Have you done any door knocking much?
No,
No.
not at all.
That's kind
Where
of
over here where I'm at, there's concrete in front of my house. There's not many houses that have, like, to say, a big yard in front or
Okay.
anything like where I could say, can I hunt your yard?
okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would.
Well, we're more in the country, so
Yeah.
we tend to,
Right.
forget that the city has
Yeah.
more concrete than we do. So,
Right. Plus,
Yeah.
our closest town, I mean, it's still, everyone has a yard and, there's curb strips and all that good stuff.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
let's see here. Have you ever detected outside the United States?
No, I have not.
If you could, where would that be?
Well, I'd like to try Europe.
I think we all
Yeah.
would.
I was just about to say that. I think everybody would like to,
Yeah.
go find some hammers and,
Them guys over there, they
Oh my gosh, they find some amazing, and the age,
yeah.
the age of things. Oh my gosh, it's just unbelievable. I'd probably have a stroke or a heart attack if I found something that was still around in the days of Christ,
Sure.
Lord.
Yeah, and they act like it's nothing. They're like, oh, this is just
Yeah.
200 BC.
Yeah. It's just a 2,000-year-old coin. Yeah.
There's a guy, channel Stan's Lad. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I
Uh-huh.
know Rachel knows of him.
Yeah.
His name is Clint. Some of the stuff that, like, he finds, and he's like, yes, I found this from, this is from 600, and this is from, like, 1102. And I'm like, I can't, and that I'm like, I'm here finding like a 1909 penny and being happy with it. And he's like, I'm like, oh my God, the kind of stuff that he finds. When they ever do like a show your finds on any of the streams, I'm like, I don't want to go after Clint.
You can't top those things.
Yeah, you can.
I found a 1842. Oh, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Susie Q, to answer your question, I'm not sure
we're not sure
how far we are from Galax, Virginia. If I was to guess, I'm going to say probably 5 hours,
4 or 5,
somewhere around in
yeah.
that time frame, but I'm really not sure. But I know that is where you are located at, correct?
So, answer that. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, she went to Lake Tahoe. That's how my dad used to live out there. Grandma Kelly.
Now, I'm gonna, because I know I heard you talk about this one time. You used to be a graffitiist, didn't you, or what?
Graffiti artist.
Graffiti artist.
A graffiti.
Yeah, back in the day, we were called graffiti writers. We wrote on the trains. Graffiti artist basically has become the new term once we got into the 2000s and stuff like that. But yeah, I did that from when I was very young. From 1977 to about 1987. I've walked many a train tunnel and many a train yard here in New York.
I've probably seen some of your tags.
You facing public property.
Yeah, you know what? That was the thing that we all did back then. That was like one of the big things.
I've never done it.
Oh well, then you missed out.
It was fun. I saw a guy. It was kind of weird. I saw a guy walk up. I was very young. I was with my mother, and I saw a guy walk up to the corner wall when I was about maybe 11. and he wrote on the wall. And I looked at my mother. I go, "That's so cool." And she's like, "Don't you ever do that?" I'm like, "Yeah." Little did she know what was going to happen a year or two later.
I'm going to ask, did you ever get arrested?
Not for that.
Not for that. Okay.
Not for that.
We won't go into anything else.
Right, not for that. For just once, sneaking into the train station.
Oh, okay.
And that was it. That was the one and only time. And they caught me because what we would do is we would basically go down to where they park the trains. So they call it the layup. And if the conductors were still there, they'd usually be a group of us. So we'd walk up on them and, make believe you had a gun or something. And you'd be like, "Give me all your keys." And they're like, "You don't give me your keys, you're going to get roughed up or whatever." And they'd give us their keys. So we had the keys to like open all the doors on the train, open all the gates to the stations. Cause it was all there was one key started out, it was called the 400 key, then became the 600 key, which is if you went into a train station, they had the chain with the lock on there at night, you just put it in, that's what opens it up. So the one time somebody had left it open. I went down and it was down the block from my house where we all used to sneak in from. We didn't want it to become what we would call hot. In other words, have all the cops there all the time. So I went down, I put the chain around, I locked it. As I'm turning around, there was a plainclothes officer there and said, "Don't move." I didn't know who he was, so I swung at him. And he pushed me down to the floor and he pulled out his badge. And I was like, "Okay."
I surrender.
Yeah, and that was it. That was the one and only time that ever happened. I think I was 16 or 17 when it happened.
Okay.
But yeah, it just got to a point where, you grow up, things change. You stop.
Yeah,
and
stuff like that happens. It sure does.
So you went from writing on the buildings to now you're out digging.
Digging
now I'm digging holes. Yes.
That is
What's funny is I still get together with a bunch of graffiti writers at times. We still all meet and have for a while I was actually curating a couple of gallery openings for graffiti shows in the city over here in Brooklyn. And then it just got to the point where I just stopped. I didn't want to mess with it anymore.
That's cool. Yeah.
Hey Shane,
Hey,
how are you
Shane.
doing?
Welcome everyone. New ones coming into the chat. If you want to get on tonight's giveaway, hashtag BTH in the chat. And
Hey Shane.
yep, we'll be giving a giveaway later on.
Yeah, Rachel,
Yep.
she has, I think, a sticker she's going to give away and a show everyone, those who may not have been in here, what you've got there, Rachel.
Yeah, let me bring the light to it. It's
We'll make it bigger.
There we go. Yeah.
It's a ration token. Gotta go the right way. There we go.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The World War II ration token.
Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
BTH.
BTH Guido.
Yep.
B is in boy.
Boy. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know where I got it from, but I have it and a sticker.
Yeah, we've got, of course, we'll be doing one of the 2022 Maya Angelou quarters and a few other things in that giveaway pack. And Anthony's donating
I got
silver dime and a silver GW.
Yep, and I have some of my stickers also, and I have one of my buttons. I'll be throwing in there too.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. I don't think we have asked this question. What has been your favorite find? Did you ask him that? Did you? What about oldest? Oldest find.
Oldest find.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Joel.
I do have it. I gotta be. I'm not sure. I know I have like an 1870 something Indian head. I'm looking at my finds as we speak right here. I don't know how old. Oh, actually, this is older than that. I had found on the beach Confederate Navy button.
Very
Oh,
nice.
nice.
And when I found it, I actually thought it was like a button off of somebody's bathing suit. And I thought it had ON on the bottom of it and that it was saying for Old Navy.
Oh.
And then when I got home, my wife looked it up and she's like, no, that's a Confederate Navy button from like, I think it was the 1830s or something like that. 1860s to somewhere around that time frame.
Wow.
So that's one of my oldest finds, if not the oldest one that I have.
Very cool, Anthony.
Yes, that is. That is very nice. Absolutely.
I'd have to say I think my oldest find was that button I found out there at Miss Perry's house. It was when I found it, I thought it was just a flat button. But then when I started cleaning it, of course, it had the shank on the back. And then when I cleaned the back, I could see the eagle. And they had put the shank right in the middle. And some people had got back with me saying that was an old post-war of 1812 button.
Sweet.
So that made that over 200 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to say, yeah, that's my oldest Doug find. Yeah. Melissa, she's well, I don't know.
I've not been out of the 1900s with any of my
No,
finds.
you're not in the 1800.
I'm not in the 1800 club yet, so you know.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You will, though.
It will come.
Yeah.
It will come. Yes, it will.
Yeah.
I noticed Mary Monarch had a question in here about how far the Clarks were from somewhere in West Virginia. And I'm not sure where that location is
Yeah.
at. So that's something we'll have to research.
Yep.
So, Anthony,
Yes.
what are your bucket listers this year?
Yes.
Wow. As odd as this is going to sound, I've never found a silver quarter. Just anything, regular, like the one that I'm giving away. I've had these, but I've never found one. And I want to find a skeleton key. And I got a whole list. I don't even know where I put it, but skeleton key is one of the main things I'd really like to find.
Yeah.
That and an old lock are just things that, haven't found an SLQ. Barber quarter, definitely. Any silver dollar.
Yeah.
I would love to find.
Now I have a standing Liberty quarter. I have a Barber quarter. I've not found a GW quarter. Melissa has. I've got 3 Winged Liberty dimes. I've got one. Have I found one Rosie? Have I found a Rosie silver rose? No, I haven't found a silver Rosie yet. I haven't found a silver dollar. I want to find a silver Benjamin. That's one of my top lists. My list is a silver Benjamin, definitely, or just a Benjamin. I wouldn't care if it was silver.
Hey, Susie, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of Benjamins, but I've never dug one up. And these were all just my mom used to save her change, and I had done a short on it like about a year or more ago. After my mother had passed, my sister had a lot of the stuff that she said, "Oh, Mom had these silver dollars, and we're just gonna see what they're worth, and we'll sell them and split the money." And I was like, "Okay." And then as I got into detecting, I was like, "Do you still have those dollars? You didn't?" She was like, "Yeah, I have them all." I'm here thinking she's gonna give me a little, little satchel, little bag or whatever with a couple of silver dollars, maybe 10 to 20 of them. She comes out with this bin. And it's like Morgan's piece dollars, silver half dollars, Benjamins, a lot of the not 1700 ones, but the 1976 half dollars that came out. 2 whole bags filled with George Washington silver quarters, another bag filled with Rosies, a whole bunch of Mercs. So it's like we split them all up, and I looked up the dollars and the half dollars, and I gave my sister her half of everything, and I said, "Look, this is pretty much what they show worth. Doesn't mean that's what you're going to get for them."
Right.
I said, "But in the book, that's what it's showing up as in this kind of condition." And that was it. So I have a bunch of them, but I like keeping the coins that I find more than anything. You know, people always say, "Oh, you know, you're giving away like, you know, a Merc that you found or a Rosie that you found." No, I'm not. It's these. If I dig it up, I put it in a little slip, the little slip, and I put it into a catalog that I have, an album that I have, and I mark on the back like what date I found it and where I found it.
Right.
You know, this way, I have an idea of what happened on that day.
It is so easy to, I mean, it's great that you're writing that down because it's so easy to put coins in somewhere and you'll be like, well, now where did I find that at?
Yeah.
Bob, he'll be saying, Melissa,
Yeah,
where did I find this at? I'll be like,
worst about
I
that.
don't know. Have
Well,
no.
just like when you ask me what's like my oldest or whatever, I've found a lot of old things, but I don't know off the top of my head what's the exact oldest thing that I've found.
Right.
You
They
know?
do that to me, Nightheart. You check your coin stars. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, every time we go in Walmart, Robert's going to the Coinstar.
Yeah.
And he
You
has
never
found
know.
some silver there.
Yeah, a couple of
But-
times.
A couple of times,
Yeah.
yes.
Because the silver, a lot of times the silver coins won't go through on the coin stars.
Right.
There's not a coin star near me, but there was one supermarket that used to have like something like a coin star. And every time we used to go shop there, it's closed already, but we would go and I would put my some old change that I had saved up, and you would see I would always find silver coins in the change return, and it was all just like it doesn't go through
It's
for
too
some
late.
reason. Yeah. So I was like, okay, and I knew what they were. That's how I was just getting into it. So I was like, well, these are coming home with me, and everything else will, you know.
Definitely. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're out there. You see them coin stars. Definitely check them.
Absolutely.
It's amazing that people will not realize that money is falling back down into the.
I don't see
the
how they
return,
miss it.
and I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing you got to check is like right by the edge on the floor by the coin stars.
You are correct.
Because they hit that, if they don't have like, some of them have the little like a lip or whatever that opens by the thing, but if it's open, they bounce out and they usually go underneath it.
Now
So,
I have found them where they won't go down and they're still stuck
on the top there.
And I'll be sitting there pulling. People are like, "What did he do?"
I'm kind of wandering around looking at apples and oranges at that time because he's just digging and people are walking by and looking. It's weird. Yeah.
You never know when it could be a really nice coin.
Absolutely.
In there.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Even if it's just a penny, it's a penny more than you had before.
Well, yeah. I'm always, every time I get out, I'm walking and I'm constantly looking at the
I find myself looking at the ground all the time now.
Absolutely.
And I got no shame. I see a penny, I pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's heads up, tails up. I pick it up.
Yeah.
Well, at least I don't look weird when I'm looking at the ground while I'm walking because I got mail.
Yeah.
I'm like, it looks like I'm sorting the letters. I'm actually looking at the ground. Sorry about the noise in the
Yes,
background.
you can, Mary. Throw a teenager in the giveaway.
Yeah, we'll be giving a teenager away tonight. Oh gosh.
Rachel, you have any other questions for Anthony?
If anyone else
Or anyone in the chat have any questions for Anthony, please feel free.
If money were no object, what detector would you have?
I really like my Knox. And everybody was like, why didn't you get the Knox 800? Was it just, honestly, to me, it was like, I'm not going to be prospecting gold or looking for gold nuggets anywhere. That was, between that and the two extra frequencies that it comes with, there was really not that much of a bigger difference. And everybody I was watching had the 600 here in New York. So I said, I'll just get that. But if, I've looked, I've intrigued by the Deus 2 now, and I've been watching some of the videos. Don't mean I'm going to get it, but that's one of the ones that if I just had that kind of money to just turn around and just say, hey, yeah, let me just get another one. I might just get that to learn it. I've talked to actually somebody who got it, and it actually goes pretty deep.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, they're hitting like 14 to 16 inches on some things.
Well, if I do end up getting one, you can come down and play with it, Anthony.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I've been watching the Deus. Been watching Nathaniel Outdoors Adventures. He's been using the Deus too, and I'm impressed with it. I like the sound of it, and
Right.
it does seem to be a really nice machine. And Melissa knows me. You know, I'm pretty well diehard Garrett person.
Right.
But I am impressed with that machine. Of all the machines that I see out there, that one strikes my attention more than any of the
Yeah,
others.
it's supposed to be very light.
Hang on, I gotta mute
really.
myself.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine who hunts at Prospect Park with us. His name is Geronimo. We had gone there one day, and he was like, he had just gotten the Legend, so he was messing around with that, and it was really good. But he was hitting. Me and him were basically. He would hear something. I'd go with the Knox, and check the tone out, and it was hitting everything just like the Knox that day. Now I wasn't using it, but he was finding great stuff with it. There was nothing like if I hit something that was very deep, he'd come with the Legend right over it, and he was getting like either a chirp or whatever, just like I was. So I could say that the Legend is pretty close to the Knox, if not almost like a Knox. So for the price, it's pretty good. He also got the Deus too.
Yeah.
And I had seen it. He was like walking around with it. He just lifting it up. It was like, he goes, it's so light, no wires.
Yeah.
You know?
I know you've answered this, but Vento Samurai was wanting to know what made you become a treasure hunter.
The thrill of the hunt. Just not knowing what you're going to find. And, you know, I mean, watching the videos, of course, got me hooked on it. And then after going out, you know, my first time and actually finding something was really cool. The first time I went to a beach, was the first time I was using my Knox. A lady came up to me and asked me, does that find phones? And my wife had gone to the beach with me, and she was like, yeah, that could find phones, right? I'm like, yeah, it'll find a phone. She's like, we were around here, and her husband was pissed off at her because she must have like had it on the chair, and just when they were leaving, just grabbed everything and the phone fell and they couldn't find it. So we were looking for it. I was finding everything except the phone. I found bottle caps, quarters, everything. And as they were leaving, they were getting already up to the boardwalk already. I get a quarter signal. I start digging it, and I hear it ringing. And it was actually the phone. And that actually really got me hooked on, like, you know, that made me feel good. And that made me want to just do it more that whole day that we were at the beach.
Definitely.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish we'd have got into it sooner.
Me too.
That's my only regret, is not getting into it sooner.
I wish I was doing it back when I was in my teens, when my knees didn't have arthritis and I can actually kneel down and not have any pain and get up. Actually, it's easy getting down. It's getting up that's the problem.
Yeah. That's why so many people break the ears on their detectors.
Yeah.
Because they get up.
Yeah, cane.
I keep my shovel right near me. I pull it over onto my right side, and I just give a push and push myself up. Because I've had surgery on my left knee twice, and I had the last surgery I had was they had scraped some of the arthritis on it, but I had actually severed my meniscus. So my leg was actually locked. I couldn't bend it at all. So now I only have about 80% to 85% bend in that leg. So I can't kneel down. So I could only bend my right leg, put that knee on the ground. The other leg is always a little bit. I could bend it a little to a 90 degree, and I just stay like that when I'm digging. I could never fully kneel down. So I wish I was able.
if the Clarks were to come out to Brooklyn, where should they go for a slice of pie?
Where should they go for a slice of pie? You could go to Spumoni Gardens, is one of the famous places in Brooklyn. L&B
Yeah, where do you go
Spumoni
to?
Gardens. I don't eat dairy,
I
so
would-
I can't eat dairy. But I used to go to Spumoni Gardens. There's a lot of places around Brooklyn that are like famous for their pizza.
That's
You
what I
know?
want to try. A New York style, true New York, Brooklyn style pizza. Yes.
He wants one of those big wedges that you can fold the
Yes.
wedge
Yeah,
over.
The big slices, and you just fold it up.
Pizza.
Because that's how you eat pizza, like this. You hold it like this.
Yeah.
It's like you have arthritis in your hand, and you just like.
And you got to flip it,
Yeah.
the
Thank you
tip
for
of it
joining
up.
us.
Yep.
And it should be hot enough that when you take your bite, the cheese
The
just
cheese
goes on forever,
stretches.
but
Oh,
not too hot because then it'll burn your mouth.
Burn.
now I'm starting to salivate now because when Rachel said that, I could just see the cheese just stringing.
Yes.
And the more
Well, here's a little tip.
okay.
When you get your slice and before you fold, depending on the cheese they use, the quality of it, you
Right.
might have to take your napkin and dab
Pat
it a
it
little
down, because there'll be oil.
bit. Yeah.
You know they use the cheap stuff if there's a lot of oil on the
If
top.
there's a
of it.
lot,
Yep.
then you got to dab it a little bit with your napkin and then go ahead and eat.
Yep.
Oh man, oh man. I'd use my crust to dab that grease off with.
You're gonna have that grease way before you get to the crust.
Yeah, I hardly ever eat pizza that much anymore. I got to that age where just the dairy just doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, I get it.
So if I have it in moderation, like if I haven't had it for a long time, if I hadn't had any dairy in for a while, and we order a pie here for my kids and my wife and whatever, sometimes I'll grab like half a slice and I'll eat it, and I won't pay for it. It'll be fine. My stomach won't kill me, but sometimes you have it and you just can't deal with it. So
Yeah.
I usually tend to make, whenever I barbecue out in my yard, I make pizza on the grill. I actually I do the whole, flipping of the thing and make a nice pie for my family with the cheese. And then sometimes I'll put different types of stuff. Like I'll put some sauce, but I'll put just like vegetables and stuff for me. And I won't have any cheese on it.
It's still tasty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's still
pie
tasty.
shell that makes it.
Yeah.
And Frederick Romano, yes, I'd love to take you up on that one of these
We
days.
would love to be able to do that. Yes, Frederick
It is
Romano.
on our list to get out and do some more.
Hey, Team
Do
Lynch.
some traveling and meet some people. And,
We say
and
that
this-
all the time.
I know it's hard right
We
now.
are slowly doing that.
We're slowly doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
Well, Richard said L&B Spumoni Gardens is the best.
It's very good. It's very good. There's, like I said, it depends. Like L&B has a lot of like the square pizzas, and it's cheese. They make it where the cheese is under the sauce,
Hey, Magneteers.
and then
Oh,
there's
like,
other places.
Chicago style. Almost.
Yes, and then there's other places. If you want the slice, there are other places that'll have that.
Now, what's that one pizza place, Melissa? It's
Papa Murphy's.
Papa Murphy's that you can go in and they build it for you. You take it home and bake it yourself.
There's
But
a crust on
they
the bottom
have-
and crust on the top.
it's like 3-layer pizza.
And all the
Ooh,
And
yeah.
it's just it's a pie. It's more like a big
it's a pie.
Yes.
Is what it literally not.
And
I mean, that thing, they're insane.
Denise Kidder mentioned some. Go back
See
up
if I
there,
can,
Robert. See if you can find it. Best pizza in New Jersey is the
Vic
Tavern.
Tavern in Bayonne, New Jersey.
bar style pizza.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Oh, just the word pizza is
I don't
wonderful.
know. The best pizza I've had in Jersey so far was down in Point Pleasant.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then over by me, Middletown, we got Villa Pizza.
Okay, those of you just joining us, be sure to
Sure to.
hashtag TH
and get
for
in
the
on the
giveaway.
which we're going to be doing here
Yeah,
real
it's
soon
10
because
till right now.
wow, our hour has
My
flown by.
gosh, yes.
That's because we were talking about pizza. I mean, you have to when you're talking to somebody from Brooklyn.
I mean, we've had a blast.
We have had
here
a
this
blast.
evening.
Yes, enjoyed it
Yeah.
so much. But yes, everyone hashtag
TH, be
BTH.
sure to get in on this giveaway.
Absolutely. I know, Susie Q, me too. Dang, now I'm starving, she says.
Time to order a pizza.
I'm not. I had IHOP, so I'm good.
Oh,
Oh,
we smoked
Tom.
chicken and salad this evening.
yeah. We did Texas Roadhouse
That was last
yesterday,
night,
so we
yeah.
did chicken and salad today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was out running around, which Huntington, Rachel Huntington got flooded yesterday, man. Down at the park was.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the my niece's father shared a video of the creek. I don't know if that was the elk, but it was way overflowed.
Yeah, 4-pole down in the
Four-pole,
park, down in Ritter Park was completely overflowing. They were boating people out of their homes and stuff down there.
And people were picking up their kids from school and having to carry them on their shoulders.
Yeah,
Now think about that.
all of Enslow Park was completely underwater.
You seen people passing off their pets, walking them through the water and passing them to people. It was really sad to see that.
Yeah, what river is that? 4 Points, you said?
Four-pole.
4-pole.
4 Pole? What does that come off of?
It runs out of.
It runs into the Ohio.
It comes out from up in Lincoln County.
But it comes out from up in Lincoln County.
I don't know what flows into it.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, like
Oh,
that.
all right, because I know like the Elk and the Kanawha, they both got flooded too.
Yeah.
But it come through here like crazy rain again. I know one girl we was talking to there, Texas Roadhouse last night. She was mentioning the big storm back in 2016 that ran through here, and because she was working for FEMA at the time, and we was like, yeah, we got hit with that one really good out here, and they actually had the news out here filming it because they had WSAZ had no clue that storm had went through here and did the destruction.
No.
That it did. They had no clue. So they sent what was his name? Colegrove. Andrew Colegrove, one of them guys. He come out here and they was amazed because they had only give 19% chance of rain that day. And my goodness, we got like 4 inches in 2 hours.
Oh, it was horrible.
I mean, it poured. So
yeah.
And then that's what it did yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to get ready and do this.
Let's see how many we've
Hashtag
got 40
BTH.
entries.
We've got 40
in
entries and 46 in the house. So
yeah,
let's give everybody about 10 more seconds to hashtag BTH.
And we'll do
10,
this. 9,
8,
7,
6.
5.
4,
3,
2, 1.
1.
Good luck,
let's
everybody.
Draw. Oh no, this ain't a duck race, is it?
No.
Owen Borden.
Congratulations, Owen.
Congrats, Owen.
Yes, I don't know. I'm checking my list of winners. I know Olin has won, but I think
it's been a while back.
It's been a while. So, Mr. Olin Borden, congratulations.
Yes.
I think we still have your address.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We always keep addresses.
Yes, we always keep addresses. Yeah. And so you can either send your address to Anthony at Brooklyn Treasure Hunter or Jersey Ray Diggs, or we can forward it to
if you could forward it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send it all out to him.
Yeah, I'll send it in Messenger to both of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So congratulations, Olin, and you're going to get.
It was back in February when he won from us. So
okay,
yes,
so yeah.
Absolutely. JP Lonza Moore, thank you for joining us.
If he just won this month or last month, we would have probably passed it to someone else.
Yeah.
But since it's been a while since he won. So yeah, we'll go ahead and-
Congrats. Yes, and Olin has a birthday on Monday, I do believe. So happy birthday, Olin.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday.
And yeah, everyone in here, we're all going to be going over to JP's bar here in just a little bit. So be sure to pop in over there and give him a raid from Clark's Cove Detecting and hang out with him and Miss JP and the Bulldogs and everyone. Yep. So, but we're
Always
gonna,
a good time.
we still got about 5 minutes. And,
Oh, Mary, I forgot. We didn't do the drawing for the teenager.
Oh.
Let's pass the teenager on to Jersey
Wait,
Radio.
yeah.
Oh, no, because I was going to say, I'm going to add a dog to that. Somebody said, who was it? Somebody said, Rachel, you have there's a butt and a tail waving at us.
Yeah, we've been.
Yeah,
seeing
Mary
that
said,
little-
you have a butt and tail waving at us.
Hey, Jericho. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, Mary Monarch send the teenager to Jersey Ray. I think Anthony has his own teenagers right now.
Yeah.
Mine are in their 20s.
Oh,
And
that's
they're,
fine.
okay, they're being. Well, then, would you want the teenager? Okay.
Yeah, you have a good night, Susie.
Hey, Anthony, the teenager comes with a dog. I'm donating the dog. The one with the tail wagging. Mine doesn't have a tail.
My son just turned 27 yesterday, and he has a dog too. Oh no! My son's 27. My daughter's 21.
Wow.
Wow. I remember 27.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's been a while back.
That's been a few
A
years.
few years ago.
Yeah.
A few days ago.
Few days.
Well, you're still 29, so just a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing how fast time goes. It really is. Me and Melissa's been together for 27 years. And,
Yeah. And counting.
and it just seems like yesterday that we met. I can picture it in my mind like it was yesterday. I mean,
I'm sure that you can.
It's-
Because I remember it well.
Yeah. Needless to say, I was a little bit drunk.
Well, Robert, they say all the
No.
girls get more prettier at closing time, so
Hey, Las Vegas.
Gear goggles.
I'd seen her a couple of times, and the weekend before we actually met, I was looking. She wasn't at the bar I was hanging in, and then the next weekend she showed up, and it's ever since then it's been us.
My best friend was bartender there, so Robert would stop in after work. He worked midnight.
Well, I'd stop in before work.
Before work, yeah.
Yeah, and sit in there and I didn't drink before work. I'd just go in and have a water and sit in there to pass the time before going to work and looking for her.
Looking for me. I didn't know he was looking for me.
So he was stalking you.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
But then we
And it was
met.
harder to stalk back then, too.
We met, and it's been
Yeah.
27 years. Yeah, I wouldn't change none of it.
I wouldn't change it. I would make different decisions about decisions we've made,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't change
Right.
anything about it.
No.
Mary, you know what? She says, best life was when I was in high school and I'm 53. I will be 53 on Monday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. We want to thank Jimmy Licari. Thank
Hey,
you for
thanks.
coming.
Yep. Yeah. And we want to thank Anthony for being
Absolutely.
our guest tonight. It has been
Thank
a
you guys.
pleasure
having
having
me.
you on here at the Cove and here at the Command
Yes.
Center tonight. Yes.
And Rachel, thank you for being our
Always.
co-host this evening.
Thank you for
Oh,
helping.
well,
us.
thank you for asking.
Yep.
And we want to
appreciate
thank
it.
all you lovely people out there in
Here,
chat for being
And
with
I know
us
there's
and
still
hanging out.
40 people in
I
here, and
know
I
it.
hate to run you all out, but we're going
It's hard to do, ain't it?
It is hard to do.
to JP's bar, and so everyone is welcomed over there. Hey, just switch over to JP's bar, and we'll be over there and hanging out for a little while. And
Hey, Mike, great finds. Thanks for
Hey,
joining
yeah.
us.
so, Anthony, I'm going to throw you in the back room and hang out.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
We'll chat a few more minutes. So bear with us. And-
JP said the bar won't start until 9:30.
oh, not well. Hey,
Guess what?
then we'll hang in there for a few more minutes, guys.
Yes,
Sounds
I'm
good.
glad I saw
if
that.
you're up for it, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, now Anthony, I was just gonna say Anthony was probably nervous when I said I would ask them off the wall questions, and I didn't. Now that we got
I'm
the
good with that.
extra half hour,
Have at it,
Yeah,
Rachel.
So we'll hang out.
no, I don't have that many off the wall.
Don't have it. Okay.
I'll
But
do
yeah,
the pizza one. What's your favorite spot in the city? All 5 boroughs. What's your favorite spot?
To hunt?
No, just your favorite spot.
Wow. I love going to Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually live very close to it, but it's just, it used to be all, it's where all the ships used to come in, and it was all the longshoremen used to unload the ships there. Now it's just a huge park that runs from one part of it. It's enormous. It goes all the way up down to Brooklyn Bridge and beyond that point, and it literally comes all the way down to me. It's about a good couple of miles long. And it's just so relaxing, especially like towards the summer. You
Yeah.
just go sit there, and I actually want to try a magnet fish over there. They have one pier there that's for regular fishing, so I think I'm gonna go try magnet fishing off of it. I figure it's fishing. I don't think they'll say anything to me.
They probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's something we're going to try to do a little bit more of this summer.
Yes, we had
is
good intentions,
last year getting our magnet
but once
fishing.
Robert caught the bridge on our first hunt,
But I did get my magnet
Yeah.
back. But we're wanting to get out and do some more magnet fishing, and we're going to. We got bridges around here galore, and people would be like, "Why are you all not magnet fishing more?" My goodness, because they're everywhere.
but we got into those home sites for the
Yeah,
past 2
Couple of
months
Yeah,
because we had to hit them hard because weather changing and snakes coming out and things growing
that's all
up.
done
So
until next year now.
we won't be able to do any more of that type of detecting until colder weather.
Yeah.
So we're liable to get out there and do some
Yeah,
more magnet fishing.
I'm wanting to.
I tried it once, but I really didn't get anything, where I went. So I figured over here, at least there are some people will be fishing off of that spot. I know there's rocks there. I have a cheap magnet. I have 2 of them, but one of them's real cheap, double-sided one. I figured if I lost it, I lost it. I'm going to go see if I could, get somebody's fishing pole that fell over, or their knives or whatever that falls off into the water. Hopefully I could get something like that.
Yeah. I think, I'd love to find a gun. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I watch people find them, and that's like, I found toys. But,
Right. Not the real,
but
not
I
the
wanna
real,
find
real.
Yeah.
real gun.
Well,
Yes.
we were at Dead Horse Bay. I was looking at these bottles, and I saw the rear part of a gun, and I figured, okay, it can't be nothing, that it got to be a toy. And when I picked it up, it was heavy, and it's just part of it. I got it wrapped up here, and I think it's actually real, but it's so rotted out. That's the only thing that got me thinking, but it's
Happy anniversary, Cynthia.
Yeah, and Mary.
Yes, and Mary. Oh,
Oh, wow.
wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's an old one.
That is.
and I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a toy.
Like it'd be a toy.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't
It
look.
doesn't look.
It doesn't look like it was a toy.
No, it does not.
But it looks like an old pistol of some sort. Like
I
it
was
looks
gonna-
like it had a hammer on it.
I was
like
going to
a-
say maybe a snub nose 38 or something like that. I can't. It's hard to tell.
It is hard to
It
tell.
is. It is. Whatever was here on the handle, the wood or whatever was there, pearl, mother of pearl or whatever, that's all gone. I tried looking to see if I would find the barrel of it. I couldn't find it that day. But I was like, I'm taking this home. I said, this is a cool find.
Hey, Looters 8.
Yes, that is a cool
Yeah.
find. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
that's-
almost say that is the real deal
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
see if I end up getting if I ever get an ugly box, I'll try and do some electrolysis on it.
Guido's saying he thinks it's a 38 as well.
Yeah.
Because I would love to get a lot of the corrosion off of it just to see, what I have left there of the gun.
Yeah, that's something I've never found nothing really enough to get one of those to do the electrolysis
Uh-huh.
stuff. I'd probably end up electrocuting myself with
Oh, let me tell you guys, the things I have to protect this youngin' from. Now, let me tell you, I have to say, now don't do that. Don't
Yeah.
try that.
I tend to be accident prone from time to time. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have a knife in my hand, if I'm carrying something glass, you want something broke, it's glass, hand it to me.
Tell them the story about the sword and the sheath.
Oh, the knife at my mom
or
and
the
dad.
knife.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
went to pull it out and grabbed the sheath and then grabbed that knife and pulled it and it sliced all them fingers.
Ugh.
Yes.
Yep. I was like, oh, yep, I messed up.
Yeah.
Yep, I messed up when I did that one.
He sure did.
Yep, every
He
one
messed
of them.
up.
Yep.
Well, Whistle Pig, I'm sure you have given her 32,
33,
well, soon to be
33
33
years
on the 19th.
Wow.
Yes. Given her 33 great years. So congratulations.
Yes, that's
Yeah. Early happy anniversary.
keep away from chainsaws. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a video where he was cutting down a tree there, metal detecting Brooklyn.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta watch me. Definitely.
Where is your Star Wars shirt at?
Who said that?
Looter 8 Treasure Hunter.
Oh, he's asking Rachel.
Yep.
Not on right now.
Ohio Metal, May
Raven.
23 years married in November. He's still alive. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Brewers should get a. Oh, I was just gonna say that.
Go ahead, Rachel. I'll let you say it.
No, I was just gonna. You read it too.
Let Joe Bob do all the chainsaw work.
Yeah, they're Brewer. Poor old Joe Bob. He got shot.
Yeah.
And anyone still wants to try to figure that mystery out, they're still looking for whoever done it.
Who shot Joe Bob?
Who shot Joe Bob?
Yep.
Remember way
Yeah.
back?
Who shot JR?
I was just gonna say Jr.
And here, I hope I can do this. Let's see. Anyone out there that's not familiar with Joe Bob, let's see if I can get that out there. Probably not. It's not going to do it enough to where they can scan that.
Watch out scanning that. Last time I did that, it brought up.
I know.
But yeah, go over.
I know it. You
Someone in the-
warned me of that. Yes,
Someone
you
in
did.
It didn't. I was joking
One
that.
of the mods could pop up Joe Bob's link and leave it in the chat and put it over in the chat. Anyone might want to go over and check that out and get in on that because that is a giveaway too. That whoever the first 3 that figure out who shot Joe Bob is going to get a little reward.
Yeah.
So, and feel free to put as many guesses in there as you want. There's a list of suspects.
Yeah, you can guess multiple
Anyone
times.
can guess multiple times if they
Sure
want
can.
to, and we're going to let that run for a little bit till Joe Bob gets better.
Flashing your pans, wanting to know if Robert shot Joe Bob.
We don't know who shot him, honestly. I mean, we don't. So you're just going to, but people figure it out. They'll put your guess in there, and I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash in the end.
Oh yeah, it'll come out in the wash. That's for sure.
We've got top people working on it.
Thank you, Brewers.
But yeah, it was just something we was having fun, just have fun with. So I got Mark the Berg Hunter to get on that and do me a future Mark little thing where he's warning Joe Bob to stay out of the command center. So, yeah. Belima
The
didn't.
butler did it.
She has an alibi. That's good, Bill. But yeah, it's I have a blast doing that character. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been challenging.
It gives me let me get away with things that
Clark's
normally
Cove couldn't get
can't
away with.
as Clark's Cove.
Yeah. But
yeah,
once
all
again,
fun.
before we leave out of here in a little bit,
Yeah,
we
we
just
still got-
again want to say Happy Mother's Day to all you mamas out there.
Yeah. May tomorrow be a great day.
Yes.
We're going to go metal detecting.
Yes, that is the plan. Getting up in the morning, heading out about 9 a.m. and going to, we're going to do some just park.
Yeah, I've got a little
Tot lots.
school tot lot.
Some
I'm gonna do,
bleachers
some
around ball
bleachers.
fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
We stay out of the ball fields though. We will
Yeah,
not
we
go
just
in.
do the bleachers and outside
Yeah.
the fence.
Yeah.
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 The concession area where
concession.
you,
Yes.
Well, that's one of the main spots. People are going to drop all the change.
absolutely.
Over here, you can't, not allowed to do tot lots mostly in any of the parks that you go to.
You're not.
No, because
Oh.
it states on the permit, and then they give you a list of all the parks and beaches you could go to, and they'll have like the little star or a number next to it, and you go down to that number, and it'll say nowhere near the, park, near the playground area, or you can't go over here, can't go over there, stuff like that. So it's not, you can't go in the ball fields and dig.
Wow.
Now see here, everything's pretty well open to
Yeah.
hunt. Now I did come to this one little park one time, and it was a little tot lot and just a little park area where it's a housing development, and
Mhm.
the groundskeeper come out, and I wasn't going to hunt in the grass. I could tell it was manicured perfect. I was just heading towards the tot lot, so he come and he said, "That's fine, hunt the tot lot, long as you just stay out of the grass." I said, "Oh, don't worry. I could tell that not to mess." And you can tell.
Yeah.
So I said, "Yeah." And that tot lot, man, it was small and it paid off too, because it
Yes,
had
it did.
never been hunted. And I don't remember how much clad out of that little bitty tot lot. And so yeah, always hit your tot lots.
I think you put the link out there.
Yeah, I put the link out.
If
If
someone
anyone
wants
wants
to
to just
join
pop
us.
up for the next few minutes, we got about 15 minutes left here before we head over to JP's. But anyone want to pop up for a few minutes?
Please join us.
Yeah, please do. Hey, Lisa P., welcome, and thanks for joining us here.
Absolutely. Glad to have you. Glad to have everyone.
Everybody
We've seen
Las
some new names in
Vegas.
there this evening.
Yes, it was good seeing some different names in. Thanks
Absolutely.
for coming over to the Cove and checking us out this evening, and you're always welcome anytime
We
you want
appreciate it.
to pop in and check us out here. Yep.
I wonder if in your tot lots, if you could just go through with like just your pinpointer, put it on vibrate,
Yeah,
just put it on the
you
ground.
probably
there,
could.
and just
Nobody's, as long as they don't notice. There's actually a park right near the Clad Beach. It's actually opposite to Clad Beach, where I go, and it's not on the list to be hunted, but I've gone there just to take pictures and stuff. And last time I was there doing some pictures, I actually looked down and I found like a whole bunch of change. And it was when I just started metal detecting, so I ended up just scooping everything up. My friends who were there, who were taking pictures with me, were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, there's money on the floor. I'm picking it all up." I ended up putting the camera down. I started looking all around the bench area, and I want to go back there actually, because I figure if I put my digging tool in like a little backpack, and I have the pulse dive, and I have an 8-inch coil on my pulse dive, so it goes a good maybe 4 inches, 5 inches deep, and I figure nobody's gonna see me, so I'll just sit down by the bench and start moving the pulse dive all around, see what I could get.
Yeah, I know some people we've talked to. They can only hunt with like a screwdriver or
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's it. No.
Well, in New York, they actually say on the permit or whatever, when you fill it out, it says you're only really supposed to use a hand digging tool. but nobody gives you, a headache if you're using a shovel. It says it has to be no more than like, I think it's 11 or 12 feet high, the shovel itself, and no more than like 4 or 5 inches wide. So I looked at I have the same shovel that Rachel has, the groundhog, and it's less than 12 inches. The blade itself is less than 12 inches, and it's just about that 5 to 6 inches wide. But and I told one guy that asked me once, "Oh, are you supposed to be using the shovel?" I said, "Well, yeah, look on the permit, it says, 12 by whatever," and I didn't pull anything out. And I said, "So the blade, oh, okay," and he just kept on going. Mm-hmm. But it's really, you're supposed to use only the hand tool.
My dad, all he ever used was a screwdriver. All the years he metal detected, that's all he ever used was a screwdriver. Yep.
I had asked, one person actually had asked me, "Don't you have one of those probes?" I was like, "A probe?" At first I had no idea what they were talking about. And I was like, "Well, what are you asking me here?" Because I'm hearing probes. I'm like, "What are you asking?" And he's like, "I think it's like a screwdriver, but it's just a big, long metal rod that you put in the ground." I started thinking to myself, I said, whoever used to use that back in the day, and I'm sure people still use it now, how hard it must be to like locate, even to say a penny with one of those, just sticking it in the ground all the time.
Yeah, I think it would be so difficult.
My dad was good. I used to sit and watch him as a kid, and man, he was good at boom, boom, and then he'd hit it, and next thing he'd be
pop it right out
on the ground. Hell yeah. Yeah, Las Vegas urban treasure hunter said we can dig in the tot lots. The kids, along with the druggies, bury everything. Yeah, always be careful. We have found hypodermic needles.
Oh yeah,
you've got.
Yeah, I found a couple on the beach in Staten Island where Lou lives. Where he goes hunting. I don't know if you've watched any of the videos where he's gone to some of the beaches near him, where it's almost like the beach that I go to, Clad Beach, that it's not really a beach people go and sit on, but it's mainly an area where a lot of maybe the junkies will go and do their drugs, and there's hypodermic needles all over, and he goes and cleans them up. I give him his props because he does so much for his area. He's very into he did a video once just on going out and cleaning up the garbage in the street around his area, his neighborhood.
And that's something that a lot of people don't see. If they're not a detectorist, they don't see what good we do by cleaning up.
Right.
They don't see that. But
they think we're just digging holes and leaving
holes. Yeah. Absolutely. No. Digging holes.
I think they think we're coming in with a backhoe and just
Yeah. I mean, there's some people, they will say, "I don't want you digging holes." And I'm thinking, my God, you're thinking we're coming in here with a scoop or something. And
right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
Thanks
welcome.
for joining us.
I forgot whose video I was watching one time. I don't know if it might have been one of Park Rep Pat's. Somebody was saying how when they go up to talk to people, they're like, "Oh, we don't want you digging holes." They don't ever mention that they're going to dig holes. They go, "Well, what we do is we come with the metal detector, then we cut a plug."
Yeah.
And they describe what a plug is. And I think it's just that play on words that, makes it easier for them to get that permission.
Yeah, when you're door knocking, you never say dig.
Right.
Locate the item, and then we retrieve it from the ground.
Scan the ground.
Right.
Scan it and recover. Yeah. Yeah, we was hunting in a local park, Las Vegas, called Ritter Park, and I found a bag of cracked pipes stuck in a tree. It was in a little hollowed out part of a tree, and I'm like, "What is that?" And so I just took my digger and pulled it out, and I'm like,
was there a knife?
There was a knife, and then like 4 or 5 crack pipes, and that all got busted, and in the garbage it went. Yep. So yeah.
That guy going for his fix that night was probably really pissed off that you found that.
It was right by the tot lot too, right where kids play and stuff. And people just do not think.
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't care.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't. Yeah, they don't
That's
care.
it. Do not care.
Yeah, so always be on the lookout for that stuff, and if you see it, dispose of it properly. Yeah, and be careful handling it.
Yeah. Even
But-
like when we dig, we make sure like I always wear gloves.
Well,
Doesn't mean I'm not going to get cut or pinched, but I try to always wear gloves. I've even bought a couple now that are supposedly like the cut proof type because of glass and stuff. I had watched a video one time with one guy on the beach, and he just went down. He didn't know what he had, and when he went to grab a scoopful, it was actually an old can. And he actually had to cut the video. And on the next video, he said he had to go get stitches in his finger because he sliced his whole finger right open.
Oh, I've cut myself, but not that bad. But
Yeah.
I have cut myself sticking my hand down in the hole and grabbing stuff out of there. So I kind of watch a little bit more now. But
Right.
Yes, gloves is something
But
we do not wear.
I can't,
Now, the one time
Bottle
we
digging.
went magnet fishing and
If
went
you're
bottle
bottle
digging,
digging, yeah.
we had the gloves like you were talking about, Anthony, that
Right.
okay.
you can't cut into. Robert's tried to cut into them, and it is impossible.
Yeah, I took a knife and was
Yeah.
on it
Hey,
just to make
if
sure.
it's going to save me from a cut, that's fine with me. Especially, you
I
know what?
always bring a first aid kit too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Wig
keep one in my
TV.
car.
I seen Wig TV cut his finger real bad.
That was who it was. Wig
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, I remember that when he did that.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He actually had some. I think he even actually had someone accuse him of doing that on purpose.
There was a story
Just
behind
so
that.
for him to get, so he could get views. And I'm like, man, you don't cut yourself like that on purpose. That was an accident. You could see he clearly cut himself. But yeah, someone I think actually accused him of doing that. I mean,
There's going to be haters are going to hate. They're always going to be there.
it happened, and you got to watch when you're metal detecting because you never know what's under there. I mean,
No, you don't. You don't.
I mean, just because you're getting oh man, that's a really good quarter signal, and I know it's a quarter, but man, you never know what could be laying in there with that quarter.
A lot of times
exactly.
on the knocks, those quarter signals can be cans, can be
Yeah.
crushed cans.
Yes, they can. Yep.
So you just got to be careful, and that's it.
Yes, Rob, you are right. He took stitches over that.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
I see Dan says I have cut and sliced my fingers open so many times I still do not wear gloves. That'd be me, I don't know. Now, when we were bottle digging, that's one thing because you're dealing with bigger objects. But when it's little coins and I have gloves on, I can't.
It's hard to grab everything out the ground and stuff.
Well, I don't like stuff on my hands, but I'll wear them.
Yeah.
Oh, and it ain't that, but it's funny because people have their gloves on, they got mud, and they're trying to clean the coin with their glove on, and it's got mud. I'm like, got to take that glove off. You're not going to get that coin clean with that muddy glove.
Yeah. That's why I carry a little toothbrush with me, and
In
I
your
just
wallet.
brush it off.
Yeah.
Keep a little bit of water with you.
Yeah.
Put bottle and yeah.
Robert puts his in the washing machine when he's out in the field to wash off his coins.
No, that's my marbles.
Oh, his marbles. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. His marbles he puts in the washing machine. His mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirt. Dirt don't hurt. So, I've seen others do it. Take coins and put it in their mouth and clean them. And
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Yeah. I won't do it, but I've seen people do like where they find like, oh, I found a merc and they found silver and they're like, woo, they kiss it and then they put it in their mouth. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not me.
I've seen it.
I'll kiss it, but I'm not really. I'm like,
Yeah, I might go.
my mouth, so,
I'll actually hold it and just kiss my finger. And I'll go,
Yeah.
and that's it.
kiss my thumb.
Yep. Kiss that relic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bring you good luck.
Brewer said if it's a gold nugget, he's putting it in his mouth. I think if I found a big golden nugget, I'd probably put it in my mouth too.
I'd probably pass out first.
Oh gosh.
But that's why I would put it in my mouth. So when I pass out, I ain't going nowhere.
I would swallow it.
She'll get it back.
That's
a couple
good.
of
I'll
days
still have
later.
it. I just have to wait a few days to get it, but I'll still have it.
Oh gosh.
Rob says he found a bottle with the metal lid on with the name of the company on it.
What was
What was it, Rob?
it?
Or do we have to wait to find out?
Yeah.
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 You never know
who's peeing it.
Oh God, yeah.
Brewer said after you swallow it, it's a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
Just take my detector out.
You
Yeah.
can have your own treasure, that's for sure.
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
Gosh.
That's hilarious.
Well, guys, it is 25 after.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob's saying it's a spice company from the 40s out of California.
Very cool.
Wow. Cool. I think it's so interesting finding things like that. I mean, I love finding the bottles. Very rarely do you find the lids that's readable, but I love the bottles.
Ben-Hur.
Right, Richard.
It's cool. I found when we went to Dead Horse Bay, I ended up finding an old Clorox bottle, and it was embossed on the top of it. It looked like the old 40-ounce beer bottles, but it had Clorox written across, and I actually found one that still had the cap on it, and the cap had Clorox on it as well. I was like, wow, I found the full thing. Brought it home, cleaned it up.
Hi, Mary.
You know, it was really fun. I never went looking for bottles before. I didn't know what to look for, or, you know, I didn't know what was old really. I found some old, like I found an old Pepsi, an old Coke, and an old 7-Up bottle.
Yeah.
What else? The Clorox. I found an old, Rich Metal Detecting Brooklyn saw the old milk bottle, and he told me where it was. So I went and I got that. And then I found a weird shaped whiskey bottle. Had no markings really on it, but it did have some words embossed across the, like, it was a weird shape. It came up and then in and then up. And it said federal law prohibits the sale of alcoholic use or whatever of this bottle. So I was like, you know what, this I'm going to take. I'm going to keep this with me. And I think it was a cork top bottle. So I figured I'd keep it. Actually, Adele was the one, we had met Adele there that day. And she was the one who said, you got to look up on top. People hide the good bottles behind this. So when they come back, if they don't have enough space in their buckets or bags, they put them behind, because it's all weeds growing over the wall.
Okay.
So she was the one, she goes, see, look, go check that bottle there. And that's what that bottle was. So now I know when I go there, I got to always look up on top of the wall to see if anybody's left any of the good stuff there.
Left their treasure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like to leave stuff behind.
No.
Yep.
Because if you lose it or leave it, we find
You
it.
gotta find it.
Hey,
Hold on, I got a mute.
Paul.
Listen to that back there. Having a
Good night, Rich.
Yeah, we want to thank everyone for hanging in there with us tonight. It's going on 9:30. I think JP's starting at 9:30, and we're going to get ready and cut and head over there for a little while.
I think Rachel's got babies to take care of.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Now
It's okay.
It's okay. It is. I mean, we don't hear it that loudly, just a little bit, but we don't hear
it was just him. He sounds like an old lady. He's yelling at her, but he sounds like he's dying.
Yeah, we
Thanks,
thank
Lisa.
everybody for joining us this evening. We appreciate it. We really do.
And if anyone out there is not familiar with Anthony and his channel, it's Brooklyn Treasure Hunter, and go over and check him out.
And Rachel with
And
Jersey
same with
Ray
Rachel.
Diggs.
Yes,
Go
same with
check them
Rachel.
out.
Yes. And Clark's Cove.
And Clark's Cove Detecting. Go check them out.
Yeah,
guys,
make sure you check
Thank
the
you,
Cove
Guido.
Detecting out. They're cool people over there.
Okay, once again, I'm going to kick you into the back room, Anthony, and
Okay.
hang in there with us for a few minutes, and we'll chat a few minutes in the back room.
Same
and,
with you, Rachel.
and same with you,
All right.
Rachel. Thanks again, Anthony, for joining us.
Thank you.
Rachel, thanks for co-hosting with us tonight.
We appreciate,
We appreciate it so much. Yes.
Well, thanks for asking me to, and happy Mother's Mother's Day to everybody in the chat.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was saying Happy Mother's Day
Yes,
too.
he was. And,
I think it was something else.
yep. So, Rachel, I'm going to throw you in the back room.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All righty, everyone. We want to thank everyone for stopping by. I know we still have 24 in here, but like I said, we're going to be heading over to JP Lawns and More for the bar for a little while, hang out there. And we're not going to hang out there long ourselves because we're going to get up and go metal detecting in the morning. But we will stop over there and pop in and say hi to everyone. And thanks, everyone, once again for coming in. And congratulations to Olin Borden.
Yes, Olin,
tonight,
congratulations. If
winning
you
the
are still
giveaway.
in the chat, Olin, let's
I don't know if he
see.
is or
I don't
not.
know if
I
he
haven't
is or
seen him for
not,
a while,
but we will get your winnings out to you
this
next
coming week.
Yeah, well, this coming week.
Give us a few days.
We'll let you know when it's in the mail.
We'll let you know when it's in the mail. And I want to thank everyone for coming in. And everyone have a safe night and a good night and a great day tomorrow. And
Absolutely.
happy Mother's Day to all the ladies out there and moms. And may your day be great and full of good food and presents and
Yes,
Yeah.
flowers and candy and
all that
eating out and
Yeah.
all that good stuff and just spending time with your
stuff. Your
family.
Yep. Have a good day and everything. So we're going to jump out of here and we'll see everyone next week at Happy Hour at the Cove. We're going to have another great guest next week. I think everyone's going to be really surprised
Absolutely.
to see.
This is going to be, yes,
Yep,
everyone's
so-
going to be surprised who this guest is going to
We're going
be.
to have a good guest next week. So everyone
Yep.
be sure to join in next Saturday night at 8 o'clock for Happy Hour here at the Cove. Join us here at the Command Center. and
Absolutely.
Have a good time. Just hang out and do what we do. Right?
Absolutely.
You got anything to
I
add,
don't
Melissa?
have anything to add except everyone just at what we've already said.
Yep.
Stay safe. Have
And-
a good weekend.
and,
Happy Mother's Day, and we'll see you.
On that first good.
What? Cover
Cover
signal.
Have a good weekend, all.
See ya.
See ya.